Yes, we do.
There's not much pollen in here, but do all of you kind of know what the pollen sacs look like? There's two of them, usually in back down from the pistil.
Sorry.
And so then, the flower that you want to cross with it, I'll just use this one to show you. What we do is just take the pistil and just bump it around into the pollen until you've got some on there, and that's all there is to it. And then you just let this grow out. And eventually it will get to be, I brought this one to show you. It will make a nice, this is when it first starts. Now this is kind of a bigger flower, and some of them, okay, here is Jaco's gem, and you see this, how little it is compared to this one? That's because it's a little flower, and you won't get nearly the seeds. But in a seed pod like this, you will get hundreds of seeds. So I brought a little thing of some seeds, and they're just like dust. If you guys want to pass this around so you can see it, or if you don't. So, yeah.
Sherry, when you are choosing plants for your hybridizing, have you made a study as to what characteristics are passed through the seed parent, or like you were talking about the netting? Where would that come from? Seed or pollen parent? Or equally?
I don't retain all that stuff. And so,
what, variegation comes through mama, right?
Yes, that I do know. That's
Now,
the
which
one
is
thing
the
I know.
mama?
The seed
Mama is
parent.
pistil.
The seed
No,
parent.
but is that the
pistil?
pistil?
Yes.
Not the,
Right.
Right,
Pollen
not the
is the
pollen.
father. And the seed parent is the one with the pistil that will grow into the seed pod. So that's always the mother.
I'm
Like
just
leaf
playing out
size,
here
what
with
designates
propagated by-
that?
Pardon me?
Like the leaf size, where does that come from, or does it matter?
Well, yeah, if you wanna, like this one has pretty big leaves, if I wanted to try to get this to be smaller, I would breed it with a plant that was much smaller.
But
You
would
know-
you use it as the bigger leaf one as the pollen parent or seed parent, or either one, whichever one's in bloom, right?
If somebody knows that, I don't.
I don't think it matters.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
a lot of the history behind the two plants that you're using goes back into the species as to what they will give you. It goes back into the species.
I know
Way back in its background is what'll tell you what you're gonna get.
when I get my African Violet magazine, the first thing I read is Jeff Smith.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like I say, I don't retain a lot of it, but it's so interesting.
It is, yeah.
And
Well, Dale Martin, she
so-
does articles on that
Yeah.
all the time. On the stress.
Does she keep like
Yes, she keeps,
interesting
yeah.
records?
Yeah, she does.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, question, when you put the pollen onto the pistil of your female plant, do you cut off the stamens of that female plant so you don't get self-pollination if you want cross-pollination?
Yes, they come off.
You can take them off.
Yes.
Well, you can pull,
Right, you pull them out first so you don't.
they're on the flower.
Right.
And a double does not have